Hi everyone, my name is Imogen and today I'm going to be demonstrating how to colour snow using this design by May Valet Mapelad from the Brilliant Colouring Heaven Christmas Special. If you enjoyed this tutorial and would like to colour along, you can order your copy from shop.colouringheaven.com. The link is in the description below. So for this page, I'm going to start off by colouring all of the main areas with Ohuhu dual brush pens. I will just show you what they look like now. They come in a really wide variety of colours and I'm using them because they're water-based and I like the fact that they have a brush tip to get into all of the smaller areas, but I may also use some fine liners. You could easily use alcohol markers or colour pencil for this part of the process, anything really just to get the main colour down onto the picture. I will do a time lapse to speed up this bit of the process and then I will do the background and add the snow and the snowflakes to it afterwards. Now that I've finished colouring all the main areas of my picture, I'm now going to go in and do the background and then do the snow next. So I was originally going to use soft pastels, but then I thought I'd use something more shimmery seeing as it's a Christmas picture. So I'm going to be using these Davenport Palette Pastels. And I've used these quite a lot for backgrounds before. They basically work in the same way as soft pastels, but this does just have a bit of shimmer. So I'm going to be using this colour, the Amazonite, I think it's called. And all I'm going to do is do a base for it. So I'm going to be using one of these makeup applicators to apply it with. I found that they're a lot softer and a lot easier to use with these than a cotton bud, but again you could use a cotton bud or a cotton ball pad, essentially anything that's going to get a base layer down with a blue hint to it. You could use colour pencil or even marker. I also realised that I forgot to mention that I've put washi tape as a border, so to stop any glitter going outside of the line that I created, yeah, I've just put the washi tape on it just so that it borders off the background, but again, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, so now that the background is done, I'm going to be going in and adding the snow in on all of the trees. Now you may be able to see that what I originally did was I left the white parts of the trees white. The illustrator had already put lines to indicate where the snow should be, which I think is a really good idea because it definitely helps us out. And also this, which I'm assuming is ground covered by snow or maybe it's ice, all I've done is I've got a dual marker in blue and just done some outlinings to add a bit of shadow in. So I did try it with a Posca already, as you may be able to see, and it decided to leak on me. So I don't have a Posca that works at the moment, and I figured because I want a really opaque, intense white, I don't want to use a white gel pen. If you have a really good medium for using and doing white on your pages, then I would definitely recommend sticking with that. For me, I'm going to use my Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White, and this is really good, and especially good for larger areas because you can paint it onto areas and get really good effects with it. So all I do for this when I want to use it is I get up it with my paintbrush and water it down ever so slightly, just so that it's a little bit thinner, and then yeah, I just use it like paint. So I have also done this with white gouache as well, that also works well, but it gives a really intense colour and yeah, works really well for this sort of thing. So I'm just going to be applying this. I am also going to be shadowing with pencil behind this, just so that there's a little bit more contrast between the white and the background. But yeah, I think this is working a lot better than the Posca was. So the only thing which obviously does normally happen with anything white that you need to keep in mind is that, especially as I've used pen, you may notice that the pen will seep into the white a bit, and that's normal. It's just picking up the pigments. So normally I just leave it, or if I'm bothered by it, I will just go over it again. But yeah, this is a really good medium. It is fairly expensive. I think it's something that artists mainly use, but I would really recommend it. I think for an opaque look, it works really well. So whilst I'm waiting for the white to dry, what I'm going to do is add a bit of texture onto the snowy part down here. So what I don't want to do is completely cover up the blue, because then I will get rid of the shadow. But if you are using a medium that acts like paint, like I've got, then you can sort of do a sort of dappled effect, which is what I'm aiming for here. So all I'm doing is lightly touching the paper, not everywhere, but most places where I want it to be. And because it's more opaque than and brighter white than the paper that I'm using here, it shows up really well. And my aim here for this bit is just to get a different texture going on the page, because otherwise it's quite two-dimensional, and especially when we're wanting to add a snow effect like this, I think it's really sort of needed just to liven up the page a bit. So as I said, I'm not going to do it everywhere, but it's just a light tapping with the paintbrush, moving it around as quickly as possible. Okay, so I've done all of the dappling effect with the Bleed Proof White now, and I've also gone in and just outlined the moon so that there's no black outline now, because I want that to sort of merge into the background as well. So I'm just checking that this is pretty much dry. Yep, that is. So now I'm going to use my colour pencil and add some shading in. All I'm going to do is go around the edge of this very lightly to add some nice contrasting shadow on the page. So this is the Sky Blue 146 from the Faber-Castell Polychromos, and this is a fairly good match for the background as well, so I didn't want a colour that was too different from anything that I was going to be adding to the background. So I'm just lightly going round, nothing fancy really with this, and I'm probably not going to blend this into the background either. I will just leave it because I'm only adding this to create shadow, and I'm not doing it over any of the other parts of the background. So now I'm going to do the same thing for the moon. So I just want a really light yellow glow around it. So I'm going to be using Cream 102 from the Polychromos as well. So because I've only put down one layer of the pastel, the yellow should just show up, but I'm just doing it really lightly And I'm going to be going over the background with other stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter if this isn't too bright. So yeah, that's done, and then I am going to just add a bit of yellow to the actual moon itself. So I'm now going to grab the Jelly Roll Stardust, and for this what I'm going to do is just add in some sort of sparkly shadow areas. So I'm just going in over the Blueproof White, not on all of it, but just to add a few lines here and there with the glitter, just so that it's not all white and there's some nice sparkle. Now, in terms of the area down here, all I'm going to do is go over the lines with the Stardust. So I'm not going to be interfering too much with the dappled effect, but yeah, just sort of really roughly going over these lines, adding a bit of shimmer. And then on certain areas I'm just going in and adding dots of the Stardust as well over the dappled effect, just to intensify the contrast again. And because this is a really intense glitter pen, it does come out looking quite silver, so it's kind of nice having the silver and the white next to each other. And then again for the moon, all I'm going to do is add a line in there on the outside and a little bit extra up here as well. And then a few lines of glittered dots just to add some texture. I'm not trying to make this look super realistic, but I do think that a moon looks quite good if it has some texture on it. So that's all of the glitter that's done. Now what I'm going to do is just go in with a couple of white gel pens and just add a little bit of highlighting on the actual Rudolph and the little elf here. So I'm going to be using an Arteza white gel pen. This is a 1mm I think nib, and whilst this isn't adding to the snow effect, I do think it would be worth just going in and adding some highlights here and there, just so that it has some contrast on it as well. And they work really well on top of marker, so I'm being quite rough with it really, and not really worrying too much about where the highlights go. But I think it's always nice if, you know, I've added lots of highlights to the rest of the page, it's nice going in with the main parts of it as well. So I would be really interested to know actually what you use for your highlights, and whether you prefer gel pens over paint pens. You know, there are many different types of things that people like to use, and everybody has their favourites, so yeah, it's really interesting to see. Yeah, so I'm just going over a few places with this, and I think we'll call it a day on the snow. Okay, so in terms of adding the snowflakes, what I'm going to do is use this little stencil that I made. So if you don't have a stencil, I know you can get them, plastic stencils, which are really handy, but if you don't have them like me, then all I have done is found a snowflake design online, printed it out and put it onto card. And what I'm going to do for this is just place it where I want to add a few snowflakes and use it like a stencil. So I'm going to be using the Jane Davenport Mineral Eyes Pastels again. I'm going to be using a darker colour so that it shows up a bit more. So I will use this one here, which I believe, let me just check the name, is Apatite. And again, same idea with the, as with the background. All I'm going to do is place it down and hold it in place and just go over it, so that hopefully we should get a nice snowflake design, which is why it didn't matter for me if the background was very light, because I'm now going over the background with a darker colour, as you can now see. So this is a little bit harder and a bit more effort to do than just getting a stencil, but I thought it would be worth trying and just showing you this DIY way of doing a stencil, because it can be done, and you can also draw them in, which is what I'm going to show you after this as well. So I'm just going to leave that how it is and go over with a pencil just to emphasize that, but this really is just for a light background. This isn't the full snowflake look, because I will be going over and adding some different types of snowflakes as well. So the only thing that is a little bit tricky with these is keeping it in place, but overall I think that the effect works fairly well. So as I said, I'm now going to be going over the design with a pencil. It's going to be the same one, the sky blue, and all I'm doing for this is any lines that haven't shown up very well, I'm just going to emphasise them. And some of them blend quite nicely into the background, so I don't really feel the need to draw them all in, but there are just a couple here and there that I think would benefit from having a bit of outline added to them. But you can hopefully see that by adding the darker colour, there's a nice contrast between the first and second colour that we've used. And you still get the shimmery background throughout as well. So they are the main snowflakes, just to add a bit more to the background. Now I'm going to go back in with that same dark blue and just add a bit more colour to places that I feel could benefit from a bit more, just to even it out a little bit. And now, in terms of the other snowflakes, I'm just going to be drawing in some. So I'm going to be adding in some smaller ones in places. So all I do are 2 lines intersecting, 2 smaller lines intersecting, and then I add little tips. So all I'm going to do is do a few more of these around the background. So I've done a few simpler ones as well, but hopefully you get the idea with the drawing in. It's really just to fill some of the empty space and add a bit more dimension to the background. So for the final step, I'm going to be using the white gel pen again and essentially add some more starry snowflakes in. So it's still going to be some of the same, but what I want is more of a highlight added to the background as well. Now that we've got some more shadow with the pencil, I also want some of the highlights. So I'm going to be doing a couple like this, as I've just explained with the pencil and how I do that, and also with varying sizes, just so that they're a bit more interesting. But I'm also going to be doing some more starry ones, which simply are just going to be a tiny little kite shape and then little lines coming out of it, so it looks like a star. Another type of star snowflake I just wanted to share was along the same lines as the sort of diamond kite shaped one, but I just do 4 lines like that, which also gives quite a nice effect. But really you can just play around with the background and keep adding to it as much as you want. I'm also going to be adding a few highlights in certain places with the snowflake, and then yeah, this is pretty much done. So it's kind of nice with the background because you can really make it whatever you want and be really creative, because I still think even with all of the things that are going on in the background, you've still got the forefront of the image, and then the background blends in really nicely with it. So this is the finished picture now with the washi tape off and with the bordered background. I'm hoping that you can see lots of the glitter, in particular the Jelly Roll Stardust pen, and I really like the white contrast with the snow against the background with the snowflakes. I think it works well. So that is the finished picture. If you've enjoyed this tutorial and this design, don't forget you can order your own copy of Colouring Heaven Christmas Special from the online shop. Just head to shop.colouringheaven.com or click on the link in the description. We'd love to see your festive colouring in our Friends of Colouring Heaven Facebook group. Please like, subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on future Colouring Heaven videos. Bye everyone!